Sup, welcome back to Leadfoot TV. It's me, Ash. I'm not a red panda. And today, me and Doug are going to take the engine out of the Donor Ignis. So, yeah, basically, we're going to have a bit of a relaxed night. We're not going to rush too much. But, yeah, drop this engine out ready to go into the other one. So, yeah, let's crack on and get it out.
Can I just take a moment to say I find it very amusing that I'm the ginger one and yet you're the one that's crimson?
Yeah. So, yeah, we're going to start by taking the engine out. We're going to, basically start by taking the battery off, taking the aircon rad out, the coolant rad out. This radiator in this one's absolutely goosed anyway. So, yeah, I think eventually what the plan is for us to actually fix this one as well. But we're concentrating on that one, and then so we've got at least one of them working, and then we'll possibly change the head gasket on that engine when it's out and chuck it back into this one. I'm not sure what we'll do with it yet, but it just seems a shame to break it. I would prefer to kind of save both of them because it is.
They are getting rarer, aren't they?
Well, yeah, it's definitely a future little classic. So
could even just be worth something for it.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna start by taking all the radiators out and stuff, and then we'll take all the wiring off, and then obviously if you watch the last video, we've already got the drive shafts out and everything. So we just need to take off everything that's like attached to it, and then we're gonna drop it out the bottom. So it shouldn't be too complicated. So we're cracking on nicely. We've got the radiator out, aircon rad out. Dunk's taken off all the stuff above the gearbox. We're just taking the linkages out now. This car is like so much more rusty than that other one, isn't it? Yeah, everything is snapping on it. I'm quite glad that we decided not to go with this shell because just every bolt's snapped on it. You can see the state of everything. It's just rusty as hell. So yeah, we're cracking on with that. Then we've got the manifold to take off. So I'm just on with that now. You can see some of the bolts are missing, and yeah, we need to just drain the oil and the gearbox oil out, just so we don't make a mess everywhere. And then it's just a case of disconnecting the wiring and then dropping it out the bottom, pretty much. So yeah, not far to go.
And clean. Do you love all the cars that you buy, Ashley?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
They're good investments, aren't they?
Yeah, good investments of my time.
Yeah.
So we're just getting ready to drop the engine out, and I'm just taking the exhaust off. Everything else is ready to come out, but we're just taking the exhaust off, and it's a pretty impressive bodge. I'm surprised it's lasted as long as it has. So this donor car has got like a homemade centre exit exhaust, so it literally is just a straight pipe right to the back. But it's been sleeved here to join up with the downpipe, and it's actually just got a bit of metal cable tied around it with a clamp either side, and yeah, it's pretty impressive. But I'm really surprised that cable tie is held together, because that's definitely at least been on for like, well, I drove it back 3 hours on the motorway and that has not melted. So that is pretty impressive. Is that padlock holding?
It's still in place.
Okay. Crack on then. Let's go. So, we've got the first engine out. It's not been that bad really, has it? It was pretty easy. Yeah, we managed to. So we did actually do it a little bit wrong to begin with. So we ended up started taking all the loom off because I didn't think you could disconnect it at the fuse box. But we've actually taken it off with the fuse box, and then this harness here actually goes through the firewall and connects to the ECU behind the glove box. So you can unplug it from the ECU and actually just pull the whole harness out of the car so that you don't have to disconnect anything from the engine. So the harness goes...
2020, in a nutshell.
Yeah, this is our bodge for the engine crane. We actually use an old padlock which is bending a little bit. We're hoping it'll hold.
Yeah, get it lowered down a bit, right?
But yeah, the harness goes through this firewall and clips up to the ECU inside, so you can just disconnect it from the ECU and pull the whole harness through, and then just take the fuse box out of here, disconnect the wires that connect to the car, that go to like the wiper motor and stuff. Disconnect those ones and leave all the ones that are connected to the engine harness on it. And just take it out with the whole fuse box. So yeah, that was the easiest way of doing it. So now we're just gonna crank it up and take it out with our sketchy padlock. Okay.
She's free.
Oh, we're out. Okay, let's pull it back. Hey.
Should we just lower it down now?
Let's take it. How is that padlock doing? Okay.
State of my mental.
We'll take it over there and put it down over there.
Shows the full extent of the engine bay rust, doesn't it?
Yeah. So engine's out, as you can see. It's fairly crusty everywhere you look. All down there.
It's not irreversible, but it's just time consuming.
Yeah. So when you compare it to the other shell, it's in much better condition. So yeah, that's the donor engine out. Next up, we've just got to take that engine out, which should be a lot quicker now that we've done one. So I reckon we could probably nail that out in an hour or two.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's next up. We're going to leave it at that for tonight. But yeah, big chunk of the work done.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've just got. We're going to stick that engine into there, and I think what I want to do is get a new clutch for that while the engine's out. We're going to stick a new radiator in it because that one's got a sketchy looking radiator in it, and this one's absolutely knackered.
Probably recent sump as well.
Yeah. And yeah, the sump's seeping on this one, so we would just want to take the sump off and seal it all up. But just do a few jobs on it while it's out. I've got a water pump for it as well. Because obviously they're renowned for the coolant issues, so stick a new water pump on it while it's out. But yeah, that's first engine out, second engine out, hopefully maybe one night this week or something. Yeah. But yeah, that is first engine out, good bit of progress, so hopefully later this week we can get the second engine out and then we'll start prepping the engine to go back in. But it shouldn't be too long before we get it all back together. So
in theory.
In theory. Yeah.
In 3 months' time we'll still be doing this.
Yeah. But yeah, thanks for watching and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.